Hi, this is Brandon at the Tech Connect department at the New York Public Library. Today I'm going to discuss absolute and relative cell references and how you can use them to supercharge your formulas in Google Sheets. If you need a refresher on formulas and functions, see our Part 1 to this video. In Google Sheets, the copy and paste function can apply a formula multiple times across different sets of data. For example, here I have the formula sum of B3 to B16, which is adding together all the values I have in the B column. I'm going to copy this formula by pressing Ctrl-C, and then paste it in the C column by pressing Ctrl-V. Notice that the result is different, and when I look inside this formula, these cell references have automatically adjusted themselves from B3 to B16 to C3 to C16. Cell references automatically, by default, adjust themselves when you copy and paste them in a different spot. This feature is called relative cell references, and this can be used to apply formulas to multiple columns at once. For example, I will once again copy this formula in the B column. Ctrl-C, and then rather than pasting the formula into this single cell, I'm going to select all the cells in this row and then paste, Ctrl-V. Now my sum formula has been applied to every column in my data set. By default, cell references are relative and will automatically adjust themselves when you copy and paste them. However, if we don't want this to happen, if we want this A1 to remain the same when we copy and paste it, we can add $signs in front of the A and the 1 to turn it into an absolute cell reference. Observe that when I copy and paste the absolute cell reference, it remains the same in all of the cells I've pasted it into. Here's an example of when absolute cell references are useful. I have here once again my data table, with the bottom row listing the total sum of each column. I now, however, also have a row for calculating tax and a percentage listed off at the bottom here. To calculate the tax amounts for each column, I'm going to multiply the subtotal by the tax percentage value. Now, to use our relative cell reference magic, I'm going to copy and paste this into the other cells. However, when I look at these answers, I get a bunch of zeros. Something is clearly wrong with this. If we look inside, we see that our subtotal cell appropriately moved over to the C column, same with the D column, so on and so forth. However, we can see that that movement, that adjustment, is also happening for that tax percentage cell reference, and we don't want that. We want that tax cell reference to remain A22. Therefore, we're going to leave this B17 in our original formula as a relative cell reference, but we're going to add $signs to our A22 to make it an absolute cell reference. Now, if I copy and paste that formula again, we can see that we're now getting the answers we want. Our subtotal is adjusting with the copy and paste, and our tax percentage value at A22 is remaining the same across all the formulas. To finish this off, now we can simply add together the tax and the subtotal values. That's enough to get started with bringing your formulas to the next level. If you want more practice with Google Sheets, you can join us for a free online or in-person class at the New York Public Library. See the link in the description to find the right class for you. Thank you for watching.